and welcome to the Lytecast, Seat of Your Pants edition. We have begun. We are all here. We have gathered here today to talk about video games and video game appliances.
The video games.
That was an amazing opener.
Just like my Pokemon fridge, where it keeps Pokemon in it, and you play it until your hands get cold, and that means you've had enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super useful. Because up until this point, I haven't known. I've just played until unconscious.
Start on Monday, and then you look at it, it's like, why is it Friday? Oh dear. My hands didn't get cold, I couldn't tell. And, yeah. I only play it for at least 12 hours every day, and it's fantastic. But that's enough about what I've played. What about you, Michael? What have you been playing?
I'd like you to guess, Luke. What have I been playing?
Cooking Mama.
Other than that, though, Luke.
I'm Cooking Mama 2. This time you're actually Cooking Mama.
You're on the ball tonight, Luke. Or today. Both. I've been playing Destiny, Luke. Quite a bit.
Yeah, Destiny is Destiny.
Yeah, it was my destiny to play Destiny.
Can you hear that music? Are we going to get copyright striked for this?
No, I can't hear anything.
No, I can't hear anything.
My sister's rocking out in the other room, and it's ridiculous.
I've also been playing Bravely Default.
That's meant to be good. It
is very good, actually. It harkens back to older Final Fantasy days, and
when it wasn't shit.
Indeed, it doesn't have bland characters, dumb storylines.
You mean you didn't like Lightning Returns?
Wow.
Everyone loves that game. Destiny is Destiny.
Look, I burnt out on 13, let alone 13.2, let alone...
Wasn't 13 the corridor walking simulator?
Oh, it was great, Luke. It's fantastic. I didn't finish it.
And the argument was it gets great 8 hours in.
No, it's like 20.
Most games have 20 hours. It was something ridiculous. It's like most games have finished then. I've had enough fun.
Oh dear. It's not an excuse, Luke. You can't just say it's a really bad game until you've put, a day's worth of slamming your head against a brick into it.
Yeah, but the problem is my PS3 is in the fridge, so I physically can't. After 12 hours, it's off.
Luke, that would take about a month of fridge PS3 play to actually get to the good bit.
Yeah, it's not good. Not a good time.
What have you been playing, Nathan?
Fridge-based gaming.
It's the future.
It is
Australia, summer's coming. Stick your consoles in a fridge. They'll never get warm.
Don't actually. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, freezer's better. That's true.
Speaking about catching on, did you see the new Oculus Rift demo thing that they brought
No, I've kind of stopped paying attention until it gets to consumer release.
Over what I've been playing.
Wow.
It's fine.
Yeah, no. Well, you said that you're playing fridge games.
Yeah, but I didn't specify which fridge games.
Okay, specify which fridge games then.
Destiny, you big dumb nerds.
Oh, wow. I should know since I was playing with you.
Yes, we've been playing it for a bit.
I
was higher level, and now I feel emasculated. But it's fine. What a great game it is.
Oh, it's amazing. I think we should leave it talking about it to a little bit later because it's going to take up a lot of time.
Probably.
That's fantastic because we have no topics.
Good.
Oh, brilliant.
I did that, and also I brought Duke Nukem Forever for $3.20.
Why?
Something.
It's not even worth $3.
Because it was $3.20.
Yeah, it's super not worth that.
It's really not worth it.
You could have bought One Finger Death Punch, which is actually worth that much.
Wow.
Or Dive Kick, Nathan.
Yeah.
Dive Kick.
Well, I could just get up to my old antics and take it back and say it wasn't worth the $4. It's going to take me $4 on a bus to get back.
They'll just be like, yeah, but it's the principle. It's the principle of the thing.
Nathan, do it anyway, just to make a statement. You'll spend $4 to return it.
Yeah. I don't want it, please. Take it back.
Have you found that fridges have been dropping on you and pianos and just bad luck in general, just having it?
No.
No, just bad omen. It's like a black cat.
Okay.
But yeah, the Oculus Rift version, it's a demo version where they've incorporated 360-degree viewing and so like with the current kit, You can turn your head around, but you can't keep going around because then the Oculus Rift gets all confused. Like, oh, where are you? What are you doing? Spinning. And I've also incorporated headphones. Yay.
Hooray.
Brilliant.
Built-in ones.
Well, they need to, really. I mean, how else are you going to be able to listen?
I'm not sure what percentage of, like, what kind of interaction does Zuckerworm actually have with the Oculus Rift?
Wow.
Absolutely none.
He said something about, like...
They probably bought it, and they don't actually give a shit until something happens. Right. Then they'll be all over it.
Don't forget, Nathan, they're expecting to sell 1 billion of them.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well...
Don't see how they can manage that. There's only 7 million people on the Earth. So.
Wow.
And after all, it's only 4,000 years old. Like.
Yeah, and everyone spent their money investing in Destiny, so...
It's true. Everybody's really poor now. I don't see why they incorporated headphones, though, because it's called
have you found out whether they've made their money back, by the way? The 500,000. 500 million, even.
Well, I really doubt that it was 500 million. I've been looking into it, and I can't find any source. I'm pretty sure Michael is just a liar.
Wow.
No. A representative from Activision said it, and then Bungie came along and said, he may or may not have been,
you know. Bungie came out and said Destiny's budget is nowhere near 500 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
It has raked in 325 million, according to Mashable, the first source when I googled this.
No, isn't it 320 million copies sold?
$325 million. That was probably like in the first
325 million copies. There's not that many people with an Xbox One.
Yeah, there's not that many people in the world, only 7
with any new generation.
Haven't they sold like 500 billion copies?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
They haven't reached the intergalactic market yet, Michael.
Oh, I thought... It's a space game, Nathan.
Look, the release date, as we know, goes time zone to time zone. They are not for another year and a half.
Like year and a half, more like.
That's a measurement of space, not time, Luke.
I don't care.
Okay.
Nathan,
parsecs or some shit. I don't know.
It's based in the Milky Way, right? It's space. It needs to appeal to a space audience.
Yeah, and anyway, time and space are relative anyway, so I'm technically right.
Wow, okay. So...
Wow, think about that. When Destiny gets released 100 million light years away, it'll be like a fucking Western. All of that already have happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a good possibility the universe will have already died of heat death.
Or, Nathan, we are the Star Wars of another galaxy's existence.
Wow.
Yeah. We're in a galaxy far, far away, but we are light years ahead in terms of technology.
Jeez. Okay.
It's brilliant.
Space worms.
It makes perfect sense.
The little space amoebas are squelching around, looking up to the... Well, they can't look, they don't have eyes, but sensing up to the stars, and they're going, somewhere out there, people are talking bullshit about video games. Yep. We'll be there one day.
Well, a shitty
we give them a copy of Destiny and they just start crawling all over it, enjoying it. You know, enjoying it as space worms do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space worms. In space puddles. On planets far away.
Oh, to think that there are space worms and space puddles right now.
Yep.
On a space planet.
So anyway, I have I've not been playing much. Played a bit of Street Fighter, played a bit of Banished again, played One Finger Death Punch. I've been playing basically the same stuff for the past few weeks. Wow. But I bought Pokemon Origins, the anime that details like the first games, Pokemon Red and Blue.
Yeah, isn't Pokemon Origins separate from the other anime? Where
it's not about Ash, it's about Red, so he's actually competent.
Yeah, he's more. It's more strictly following the game.
It's really awesome because they have all these like callbacks to it. Like at the start, they have this thing where it's actually the start menu from the Game Boy, and at the end it does this "Would you like to save" thing. And every now and then, characters will just blurt out bits of dialogue from in the game and stuff like that. It's really cool, and looks great. It's an amazing looking thing. It's really fantastic.
Does Nurse Joy say, "I'll be looking forward to seeing you again"?
Yeah, she does. Yeah. Brilliant. That's like the only thing you hear her say, pretty much. But Yeah, I've only watched the first episode so far. It was pretty good, and yeah, now I really want to play Pokemon again. Jeez.
As soon as I completed Pokemon Y, I had to put it down and kind of condemn it because I knew that if I kept playing, I would be throwing away hours and hours and hours and hours
Or you
just
could
running around in tall grass.
Stick it in a fridge,
Yeah,
come back
true,
the next day,
suppose.
and
Yeah.
cover your hands in water so they cool down a bit quicker if you need to go somewhere in a hurry.
Yeah.
And just,
Or just,
go in the
get
fridge.
waterproof casing on your DS and dunk your hands in an ice bucket.
Part of the various hams and other cold meats and play a little console.
It'll be like Rocky, like when he's punching cold meat, but instead of punching cold meat, we're punching cold buttons.
Yeah.
Poetic, really, if you think about it.
Yeah. Really inspirational
now I really
music.
want to play the Pokemons again. The newest one was meant to be really good. This new one's Pokemon is based on Ruby and Sapphire, and Emerald is literally my favourite Pokemon game ever.
Indeed,
so I'm going nuts.
It's Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I believe.
If an Emerald comes out, it's mine. That's it.
Wow.
It's done. I'm getting it.
What are they going to call it? Emerald? Like,
the best version.
Gamma Emerald or something.
Because Emerald is the best version. You get fucking Rayquaza, the big flying snake. It's green, which means it's grass type, which means Trico, literally the best starter in all of Pokemon. And yeah.
In the teasers for the new Pokemons, they've shown that Rayquaza is actually in them.
Lies and slander.
Wow. But yeah, they're incorporating new Mega Evolutions and things like that.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And Trico, literally the best, at least the best grass starter in all of Pokemon ever.
Indeed.
So good.
May as well be
OG.
called Sumerian. I've no fucking...
Oh dear. Nathan, did you play Pokemon?
No, he was a loser.
I played Ruby once. Someone left an emulator on a computer, and I played.
Should have completed that shit.
Right.
Well.
I just remember fucking all the Zigzagoons everywhere.
You just remember fucking all the Zigzagoons everywhere.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. How did you even manage that? That's not in the game.
Nathan, I don't think that is Pokemon. What are you doing?
I think it was some kind of porn simulator.
Porn
It was a very special kind of emulator.
Especially
sick
made
people.
for Zigzagoons.
Yep.
Oh, that's... I suppose messed up and... No, it's just messed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Oh, I think...
But after all that fridge talk, I'm going to eat some salami, because I'm just...
Talking about things that shouldn't exist, Luke, Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors, right? It looks pretty great.
Wow.
Yep.
So your players, characters in Hyrule who happen to be warriors of some description.
Wow.
And it's across the Dynasty Warriors and Legend of Zelda, and it looks really fun.
Indeed.
Brilliant.
If you're not familiar with Dynasty Warriors and how that whole mechanic works, you run around and swarms of enemies come at you, and you have to go do different objectives whilst taking down swarms and swarms and swarms of little grunt people.
Yeah. Now all we need is the Dynasty Warriors Kill crossover, and I can die happy.
Wow. That would be amazing.
It's the perfect fit. I
It
swear,
is.
it is
It really
the perfect
is.
fit. And
The more
I'm
naked
so
you get,
sad.
the more powerful you are.
Yeah, it's
It's
great because
totally
it's
fit.
totally revolved around them just fighting certain characters and then just killing tons of mooks, and it's perfect.
Brilliant.
I have a question. A serious...
Yeah, what I've seen of it, the special moves are amazing, very captivating, and a lot of fun. Yeah, and I'm waiting on the edge of my seat to run out to the shops and buy it.
Nathan, what was your serious question?
My serious question is, does it actually fit well into the Zelda universe? Or if it doesn't, does anybody care?
I don't think anyone has actually said they care.
Part of the Zelda universe.
Yeah, it's got all the different characters from loads of different timelines.
Right, so they just pretty much fucking...
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
It's just...
Yeah, it's kind of like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, just get various characters from Chinese history, stick them all in a game, and then just make them cartoonishly good or evil.
Nathan, as opposed to it being part of the universe, it's more of an aesthetic theme to a Dynasty Warriors game.
Right. Well, my question
it's not really part of the narrative.
how well will it play out, seeing as Dynasty Warriors is not the most popular game?
It is the most popular game in Japan.
Yeah, in Japan. What? In Japan?
It's not the most popular game in Japan. That was a lie again.
Well, yep. I'm a liar.
Liar! You're a fucking fraud.
It's okay, because it's got Zelda in it, it's probably going to be, like, unbelievably popular.
Wow.
Indeed.
What a sad time for all those Chinese video games.
Hopefully it makes Dynasty Warriors more popular, because that's an interesting video game.
I kind of want to play some of them.
It is fun.
What I really want to play is D4. You see, I sent you a link to that.
You did?
D4. It's made by the guy who made Deadly Premonition. It's
that game. Holy fuck.
Yeah. D4. Dark Dreams Don't Die.
Yeah.
It's about a detective who is looking for things. I can't remember. I haven't actually looked into it. And it's like Deadly Premonition. It's just really, really strange.
Strangest thing.
And it's awesome and stuff. So,
wow. Do you know what D4 reminds me of, Luke?
Dark Dreams Don't Die.
It reminds me of Kingdom Hearts 3D.
It's Kinect controlled.
Dream drop distance.
It's Kinect controlled as well, and apparently it does it really awesomely. Like,
Brilliant.
It's the decent Kinect game.
Reminds me of Kingdom Farts.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've just made like 2 people angry, Nathan.
Yeah. I don't care.
So angry they'll strain and then they'll get Kingdom Shards.
Wow. That's super gross. Not gonna lie.
Well, it's gross once it overflows and gets all over their Kingdom private parts.
Oh, you're on a roll. I feel really sad now.
My wit is as sharp as the end of some Kingdom darts.
Wow.
How long is this going to take?
As long as the Kingdom larks continue, Nathan.
Jeez. Well, I don't even know where... There was no context for that. You just said larks because it rhymes with hearts.
And no, because Talarkin is...
You just can't make random Kingdom remarks.
Oh, wow.
See? That's how you do it.
I just hope...
Shall we move on?
What a fucking shit show.
That's what we pride ourselves on. Being a shit show. In fact, you should just title this one what... Michael, just title this one What a Fucking Shit Show. That's it. That's what we'll call it. That's it. We've finally given up. All semblance of professional... I didn't make a list today. We have no list.
Going off of fucking nothing.
We don't... We're just talking bullshit right now.
Great. I love it so much.
So, call it What a Fucking Mess. And the description will be the crumbling of an empire. Soon you shall see the abyss. And that'll be it.
Jesus Christ.
Repent for the end is nigh.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U is getting a stage that 3DS isn't. So I suppose that it's...
Is apart from that, is it like identical?
Pretty sure, apart from the minor art style differences.
And can you play between them?
No. Oh, there is a difference actually, because there are different game modes on the different systems.
Ah.
Yeah, indeed. Which, I'm more looking forward to the Wii U version, but the 3DS version will kind of get me more pumped for it, I suppose. Seeing as I'm somebody who went back to Brawl again and started it completely from scratch, I am fine with playing it on 2 different systems.
It would be nice if they connect. That was one of the things that Sony, whatever All-Stars did, was that you could play it on both the Vita and the PS3 and have it connect.
Yeah.
PS4 and have it connect, I think.
I think
they removed Mewtwo, and it led to this guy just losing his shit about it. And at the end, he says, "Today we are all Mewtwo's," and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think that would be something nice if with the new 3DS that's coming out, if they could incorporate it with the Wii U somehow, like how the PS Vita is compatible with the PS3. Is it PS3 or PS4 where you can play it as a controller? I think it's the PS4. Yeah. Anyway, beside the point. Where you can actually have it sync up with the console and play the same games. Because with the new CPU upgrade that the new 3DS is getting, I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. Would they be able to do that?
I'll post a link to a picture of this thing for you guys to peruse later. Pick out quotes. My favourite is actually part the beginning where he's replying to someone who said about how it's sad that Mewtwo's out, and he says, "Sad? You have no idea what sad is. I am literally shaking because Mewtwo isn't in Smash." 17 years of Pokemon fandom, almost 15 years of dedicated Mewtwo fandom. 6 years, 7 months, and 11 days since I have had nothing but hatred for everyone at Nintendo that worked on Brawl.
Oh shit.
Today, we are all Mewtwo's.
Wow.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Luke, I wouldn't want to go to his apartment, to be honest. He's going to have one of those walls where they've got a picture of Mewtwo in the middle and there's all pieces of string connecting information.
No. He couldn't actually tie the string around because he was literally shaking.
Jeez. I love how anyone who replies to them, the best they get, someone's like, "What the actual fuck?" And he's like, "Video games."
Yep. It's video games. That's what it's about. Overreacting is basically video game 101.
Oh, brilliant.
Always be overreacting.
Luke.
What?
Shall we talk about Destiny?
Yeah, what about it?
The fact that the hype train...
Yeah, you two just go nuts about Destiny for a bit. I'll quip with witty quips if I feel the need.
Whilst you're fridge gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, I personally wasn't aboard the hype train, so I am enjoying the heck out of Destiny and don't really see why people are making as big of a fuss as they are, but I kind of get it at the same time because they kind of came up with this perfect game in their heads from what they were expecting, and obviously it's not the perfect game, so a lot of people are having a bit of a cry about
Watch Dogs syndrome.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not sure exactly what people have been saying because I've just not heard much about what anyone said, but for me, it isn't quite as great as I thought it would be. The campaign compared to... Well, here's the thing with Destiny, right, is you can compare it to, like, several different genres of games. There's the MMO side of it. There's the shooter side of it. There's, like, kind of RPG elements in it.
Yeah.
And if you compare it just to one of those elements, it doesn't hold up against the rest.
Mm.
But the fact that it sort of incorporates so many different aspects of different game genres, it's quite good. I am enjoying it.
Like I said the other day to you, when they've tried to incorporate all these different genres to reach all of these different audiences, with that attempt, I think what they've actually managed to do is create something even more niche,
right,
where you have to be a fan of every aspect to really, invest yourself in it.
Yeah, jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's exactly it. You've hit the nail on the head. I have to iterate first before I get into it that I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Oh,
I'm level 23. I've put, about 30 hours into it. I'm having a ton of fun. With the story, would you say that it is very much so underdeveloped?
It's underdeveloped, not long enough for my liking. The final mission was quite fun, but still there's not the grandeur that I thought was going to come along with Destiny, because they sold it off as sort of this really fantastic sort of open world space, like exploration game with a story that just fucking was supposed to be mind-blowing and huge.
Yeah.
And realistically, I know, because the thing is, you can't judge it just yet. There's like 2 or 3 expansions coming along with a lot more story in them.
Yeah, that's 2 or 3 in the immediate future. It's going to keep going.
Within the next 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm just going to point out that I've started passively-aggressively downloading Knights of the Old Republic.
Jesus.
Yeah. I decided that I'm going to try and fix that with my afternoon.
The story... Okay, I'm just going to point this out. The story is there, and it's amazing. but it's in the Grimoire cards that are on the Bungie Net website and the
Right.
app.
There's no actual...
Yeah,
actually,
that's the problem that I have.
I'd
They've
like to
tried to do the whole second screen experience where you've got movies and TV shows now where you watch along with your iPad and you can go through and, you know, read up on different details that are brought up. But with video gaming, you've already got the interaction with the controller.
Yeah.
And it kind of just doesn't work in the same way. I'd be fine with it if they had that integrated in the game as well.
Yeah, I'm not on board for the whole second screen experience thing anyway. If it can't be introduced to you in dialogue or like at least going to a library in game or something if you're really interested in it, and then you go and read for yourself about the history rather than having to go, because I mean you have to have a Bungie account to sign in, don't you? And you've got like go through the rigmarole of trying to attach.
It's not too hard to set up, but yeah, I can see.
But still, you know what I mean? Like I can't. Yeah. I don't exceptionally have a lot of time to go out of my way and do that, whether I'd rather just sort of... There's no reason that they couldn't have put that in a menu and have unlockable readable things.
With the whole Bungie account thing, I can kind of understand because things that are part of the app and the website are extremely useful for the game. Like you can set up clans on the website, you can go onto the forums, you can look up his stats, you can look up other people's stats, things like that.
It would be much better if those were actually included in the game client though. And apparently Angry Joe was tweeting about it, that the clans are simply not big enough. Like he's made a clan for all his followers and he's got thousands and they can't all get in. And there's like hundreds of clans with over I think it was something like 800 who have like over the clan limit, and they're having like real issues trying to create them. So the clan limit is just too small.
Yeah.
And also, going back to that thing about how you were talking about how stuff's going to get added. You were talking about how there's more content going to be added to it as it goes on.
Yeah.
Like the typical MMO thing. If you remember, like there was a big rush of new MMOs coming out, like Guild Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this came up then as well, that they were going to release content later, but people were complaining that it doesn't have enough, and that's just because World of Warcraft is around. World of Warcraft is such a large thing that everyone compares
But
MMOs
then again,
to.
World of Warcraft has been around for what, like 9 years now?
Yeah, that's the issue, because World of Warcraft is the benchmark, like it or not, fair or not. It is the benchmark, and it's got 10 years of content behind it.
Yeah, I would compare it more even to, say, The Old Republic, which I've played a lot.
Yeah, but because it's got those MMO elements, it's going to get compared to, like, it's got raids, it's got clans,
yeah, like
all
of that stuff is almost directly from an MMO. But like taking Knights of the Old Republic, I know it's a different kind. I mean, not Knights of the Old Republic, just the Old Republic. But I know it's got elements of MMOs, but the thing is, Destiny would be a hell of a lot harder to create a new campaign or like more story missions. It's a fuckload harder to do those because of the type of game it is. It's a shoot-up like Halo. So developing a story mission for the game is like developing an entire new level for Halo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of content, right? Whereas, with an MMO, most story missions are just set in a game world with a certain type of enemy that's like...
Do you know what I'd compare it to?
Already. Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of an issue to create a new... Once they've got... Because they can just drop in enemies just like an MMO can drop in enemies.
I mean, we've seen...
They can create levels just like an MMO can.
But, yeah, I suppose you're right. But at the same time, it not substantially more difficult, but at the same time...
They might have to be bigger because of the pacing of the game. I haven't played it, so I can't say that for sure, but because of the pacing, you'd have to create larger areas just to create enough content. I don't know.
That is true, yeah. I mean, some of the levels took us a while to do. Like, even some of the story missions take place in the same dungeons 2 or 3 times, which I think for a game like Destiny is pretty, it's not great, but yeah.
That's going to happen with stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
It's just as long as they don't do it too much, cough, Dragon Age 2, cough.
I'd compare it to, Telltale's The Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead series.
Yeah.
We have segmented story sections that come out periodically.
Episodic content is what you're referring to.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And it kind of builds up the story from there. I think people were expecting Destiny to be a complete game and then have stuff built up on top of it.
To be honest, I was expecting...
Apparently the ending is quite disappointing in its current state.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great. It just sort of is out.
But then again, I'm looking at it not as an ending, but as a kind of summarization of that beginning part.
It's almost the first chapter. Sort of.
Yeah. It's a... I'd describe Destiny as the concrete slab that they're going to build the game off of.
Yeah, but my complaint then would be, why did I spend $110 or like whatever the fuck it was on a base? Because we're going to have to buy the DLC.
No, because you got the limited edition, right?
Yeah, and I bought
the DLC and everything for free from now.
Free? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's not so bad then. If it is just expansions like an MMO has, then it's not such a big deal. I think the issue would arise, and I would seriously doubt how much I like Destiny at that point, would be if I had to buy the DLC.
Yeah. I'm actually liking the fact that it's not subscription-based, seeing as we've already got subscription to Xbox Live. It's just kind of a weight off your shoulders kind of thing.
That's sort of the nature of the beast, though, isn't it? Like, you cannot have a subscription-based game on a console. It just doesn't work like that.
True, I suppose.
I'm actually quite a big fan of the episodic content model, because I like the idea of having lots of small, cheaper sections that you buy over time. I want to see how Destiny handles it. Maybe I want to see how much DLC will actually cost for Destiny when it comes out and updates.
I mean, they're not even waiting for DLC to release new content. I mean, across the week they've incorporated challenges. They've introduced the raid. They haven't even introduced
that's not
the
new content.
Banner.
That was just time-gated original content, because they weren't gonna. They time-gated it to when people were a high enough level. Because there's no point having a level 20 raid going on when everyone's still level 2.
Yeah,
I suppose. But they've got events coming up later this month, and going into next month they've announced events already, which is it's cool. It sets in concrete that this game isn't a full one package thing and you kind of enjoy it as is. It's something that is continually evolving, continually being added to, continually things are happening, as opposed to just a static game.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Graphics, Nathan?
Incredible, first of all, because I'll tell you what, Dad was playing Halo Reach earlier today, right? And he was just sitting playing, and I walked in and I was like, oh, fuck, it looks like... At the time, those graphics were incredible. I'm sure you remember, when it first came out, we were like, Jesus Christ, this is so great. Yeah. Everything about this is great.
Yeah.
Going back to it now, the gameplay holds up, obviously, because it's Halo, and I love the gameplay style that Halo has. Yeah. But graphically, it's still great, but you can see pixels. Whereas, I mean, it's probably just the eye for it, because we've experienced the new generation of consoles with graphics.
Maybe it's because I've been playing like PC for a long time, so I'm more used to having high resolutions and stuff, and like higher model quality and stuff like that compared to the consoles, which were old. But I never actually considered Reach to be much of an upgrade from actually Halo 3 when I was looking at it.
Right, yeah,
like,
but
to me, I was like,
for a PC gamer though, that's the thing. Like, you have the access to that kind of graphical power.
Yeah, with your graphical, it's more gradual, whereas consoles, they have leaps and bounds as they go up.
I mean, you only have to look at one of the first games that came out on Xbox 360, and then look at probably the last that came out, which I'm not quite sure it would probably be Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed 4. Yeah. But look at and compare the quality between the two time periods, and Jesus,
I mean,
even the original Xbox 360 games look like garbage.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. The only one that holds up is like fucking Viva Pinata, just because it's so fucking stylized.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I'm sure Borderlands will be the same with even the comparison between Destiny on 360 and Destiny on the One, people are saying that the difference is vast. You can 360 version looks trash in comparison. People are saying that they'd much rather have the One version if they were going to get it anyway. And which is good because with Destiny, if you upgrade to the next generation, you get a free version.
Halo 3 was a release game for the Xbox 360, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's held up real well.
Yeah, no, I know, yeah. I mean,
I think that's thanks to Bungie being so closely tied to Microsoft.
Yeah.
That they got access to it early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually still looks quite nice.
Yeah,
actually, along the lines of Halo,
I can't wait until the Halo Collector's Edition or whatever, the one with all of the Halo games, like re-upped to higher HD and all that. So and they actually all have they've kept the multiplayer the same, so you can go between whichever one you like. It's gonna be great.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking about Halo,
that they cancelled it for PC because now I'm never gonna play it.
Wow. Sorry. Speaking about Halo, a lot of people have been trying to compare Halo to Destiny. I just don't think that you can do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
the enemies are basically the Covenant and the Flood.
Other than aesthetically, the actual structure of the game is completely different.
I don't know. The gameplay style is very similar.
It's quite similar in gameplay.
I would say there is a lot more in common with Halo games than not. Other than the way that you get to missions and you interact with like the world as a whole, it's pretty much Halo.
That's naturally going to be the case, just seeing that Bungie's developing it. But the actual style of the game, the actual way that the game works is different.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah. It's like with the... Remember how we brought up the Ubisoft thing, where they feel very similar in the way that players move and things like that? Seeing as Halo... Bungie just developed Halo and then Destiny is their second attempt, I mean, it's kind of saw that coming, sort of thing.
Yeah, but then those people that said that it's similar to Halo, they have they have something to stand on.
A point.
It's true. So
more along the lines of they're calling it Halo 5.
Well, no, I disagree with that. For various reasons, but
yeah, that sounds more like hyperbole than actual belief.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually thinks that's the case, but.
What do you think of the actual gameplay itself? Like how you've got higher jump, you track towards enemies more easily, the different abilities and stuff?
I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's fucking... When you can find someone... I like to go into areas that are probably 2 levels higher than I am.
Yeah.
And fight the enemies there, because it feels like I'm playing Legendary.
Yeah.
That's because it's close to an MMO. You can't have like a different difficulty setting if you want.
The thing is, though, you can change any mission that you play through from what it originally was supposed to be played on. So, like, if you played the first mission set in Russia, and the first time you play through it, it's a level 2 mission or whatever.
You can set it in Yugoslavia, and
you can change it to like heroic level difficulty, which will jump it up probably what did you say, like 5 points of 5 levels? And then
about that. Yeah.
Play through it again, all the enemies are now level 7 instead of level 2 or whatever.
Yeah, and now once you actually hit level 20, you get something called a strike playlist, where you select a level ranging from 18 to 24. I think it's 18, 20, 22, 24. And it randomly sets you on one of the strikes on one of the planets. So if you want, you can set yourself... So if you're level 22, you can set yourself level 24 and really challenge yourself that way.
Yeah.
How bullet spongy are the enemies in that? Like, do they take a lot of damage to actually take down?
Well, the same sort of thing. It depends on your level. So if you're in a level 2...
I mean, like if they're at your level or maybe a tiny bit above, how
I
much?
would say elite from Halo level. So like quite bullet spongy, but not
Gears of War level.
No. God, no. Fuck no.
The The bosses tend to be, actually.
That's the whole... Again, though, that's like an MMO has to have a
that's kind of the point.
It's the point of it.
Where you need to get high enough level where you can actually dish out.
Also, if you look at the bosses, they look like they would take a fucking ton of damage before you.
True.
How do the bosses work in that? Because I've been interested. Do they just play as if they are normal enemies but with a bigger health bar and more damage, or do they like follow specific tactics and patterns?
I mean,
are they unique like enemies?
They're very unique enemies. Most of them. They have a range of abilities, sort of like the player does. Some of them use the abilities better than others. Like one of the bosses in the campaign is basically just a really tall, slow-walking version of one of the little enemies. Yeah. But like, there's other ones that have a very specific set of skills, and they use those skills during the combat, which makes
they find you and they will kill you.
Yeah, that's right.
They are the Liam Neeson.
I think a good boss has to feel unique. Like, it will take an enemy's tactics and like build upon them to add a new element to it.
Yeah,
right.
That's actually one of the only things I really dislike about Dragon Age Origins is the bosses just feel like souped up enemies. They'll have like a few extra like magic powers or something, but they're still basically doing the same stuff, and it doesn't feel like that special.
Yeah, in Destiny, it's sort of, you have to adapt your tactics to fight a specific threat. So your
they
boss
tend to have patterns that you have to kind of acclimatize to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you have to go about them a different way. Like there's one on the moon where the boss itself wouldn't be a problem, apart from the fact that you've got waves of enemies coming at you at the same time, and you have to try and crowd control and deal with the boss at the same time.
Yeah. I would say there's probably one boss that I fought against that was just a giant bullet sponge and did a ton of damage. So you basically have to, hide behind these sort of pillars that are surrounding it, and then just wait for him to be distracted by another player in the strike, and then you can take pot shots at him.
Yeah.
But you basically just do that and fight off waves of enemies as they come at you, and then, you're done.
Yeah.
It's pretty anticlimactic as well, because you're just shooting at him until he dies.
Yeah.
How would you say that your abilities have changed up the gameplay from being just, generic FPS?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, is you've got all these abilities that sort of plays like an MMO, and it's super fucking fun. All the supers that you can use, holy shit, they're fucking the best. It makes you feel like a god when you can pull off... when you can properly pull off a super and kill like 6 plus enemies at a time, it's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And you've got like the double jump thing with the jetpacks that sort of works a bit like Titanfall in that way, where you can pretty much scale a lot of structures and, gain the high ground on enemies and things like that. And I mean, it doesn't play like your generic... it doesn't even really play like Halo. There's more verticality than Halo even has.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, Master Chief can jump to the fucking stars, but he can't keep up with these guys. So
yeah. What's we call it? The multiplayer aspect of it. My internet actually screwed up the other day, and for some reason I was playing all by myself, like completely. I went to the tower, nobody. Different planets, nobody.
That's...
It really changed how I saw the game.
Yeah?
Like, you know how usually when you're in an area and the fact that other people are around you, you don't really acknowledge it, it's negligent. It doesn't really affect it. I don't know how to describe it. With strikes and things, exponentially harder. Like you recognize that there are job allocations, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. Distraction, boss chunk taking out of crowd control. You naturally kind of associate these jobs with different players.
Even with the different classes that you've got.
And, going through these open worlds, just the fact that I was all by myself, you kind of appreciate just how subtle the fact that all these different players are in the same area. It kind of adds to the whole experience of this group of they're called Guardians, where you're going through these post-apocalyptic landscapes, and it feels more of a group adventure, whether you acknowledge it or not. You know, it really adds to it.
Right, they're just sort of around the place rather.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, for me, I mean, when I was on Mars in particular, there wasn't very many people around, so it just felt like I was fighting alone, and it wasn't that big a deal. It only the interaction between players only really came into account when I started playing Strikes.
Yeah.
And it was at that point that that was when it sort of clicked that there were job roles that each different Guardian class can take on.
Yeah. It just made more sense to me that it was an online game, because up until that point it made sense, but I didn't really see how important it was that there wasn't just a single player explore these different worlds kind of thing. It opened my eyes to how much it added to the game to have these people around kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool, you know.
Right,
I've also noticed on the...
can be over now.
Still not going to pick it up. Don't even have anyone to play it with.
Unless there's
you better all pick up the new what is it? The Borderlands on PC.
Yeah, I'm going to get pre-sequel.
So I can finally actually play that with people. I've only been able to play Borderlands 1 in multiplayer, and that was split screen for like an entire day.
Wow. I played Borderlands 2 with you.
Yeah, for like a minute.
Time.
And yeah, I'd already got bored of that. I don't really like Borderlands 2 that much, actually.
Oh, why?
I feel the the additional mods for weapons actually kind of homogenized them, and I thought the weapons felt more unique in Borderlands 1.
Yeah, because with Borderlands 2 you kind of had more in between weapons.
Yeah.
So it was more of a gradient than a plot point of weapons.
So yeah, but I'm still looking forward to the new one because I still enjoy playing them at least through once.
Indeed. Have you seen the new trailer for it?
Nah, I've not really bothered looking at any of the stuff for it yet.
It's cool. The fact that you're looking for more unique weapons, I've got a bunch like freeze weapons, lasers, things like that.
That's what I'd really like. They added all these modifications, but they didn't really add many new abilities. Like they added some really boring ones. Like what was that? I think it was like crystals or some shit, and they did something really dull. I've forgotten it already.
They made other elemental attacks do more damage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that is literally the most boring thing. I'm not gonna keep. I'm not playing Borderlands to like min max and like shoot someone with one gun, then switch to another gun to do max element. I'm not in for that. I want to find the biggest like acid bomb gun I can, or Gatling laser gun, and just hold down the trigger and see what comes out the end. I don't want to like have some weird ass tactic where I've got to switch between like 2 different weapons all the time.
It's just like a sauce bottle in a diner, right? Just in a roadside diner. You squeeze the bottle and it's a surprise.
Yeah, you don't add the crystal sauce first, so it makes the bloody mustard taste better. No one's got time. No one would do that.
You just got to slather on the mystery sauce, Luke.
And just like sauces, you should keep your Borderlands copy in the fridge. So, apart from that, has anyone got any other interesting news or tidbits? We've been going for quite a while now, so I've actually got to start getting ready, so I can't hang around for too much longer. So, if there's nothing else any of you have, I think we will call an end to it here.
Brilliant.
The Lytecast Destiny edition.
Yep.
See you next time where we ramble about some more bullshit for like an hour.
Oh, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Probably.